I think we found out what our problem was. Gold Squad TV. Celtics defeat the Raptors in Toronto, 109-97. This game got kind of close at certain points, but it was never really ever in doubt. Um, so before I get to my points, I just want to make this clear. Marcus Smart had 21 points, 8 rebounds, 6 assists on 7 of 16 shooting. He had a lot of big shots, so it's a pretty good game. Kind of reminded me of bubble markets. Jaylen Brown had 16 points in 27 minutes. He's on a minute restriction, so it's like he's not getting a lot of minutes in the fourth. Jason Tatum had 8 points, 10 assists, and 7 rebounds. Horrible shooting night, but he helped move the ball around. Enes Kanter had 11 points, 9 rebounds. Grant Williams had 15 points, 4 rebounds, 1 assist. Al Horford has 17 points, 11 rebounds, 2 assists. And Josh Richardson, Jay Rich came back, 18 points, 2 assists, 1 rebound. No Time Lord. No Dennis Schroder, man. You notice the style of play was a little different in this game without Dennis Schroder. I kind of said it in the video that I put up maybe a couple days ago where I was talking about the DNA of this team. There's something wrong with the DNA, and I think we might have found out what was wrong with the DNA of this team. And like I said in that video, I mean absolutely no disrespect to Dennis Schroder, but I think him playing for a contract and him being kind of a well-known selfish player around the league, he's a guy that likes to get his own offense, doesn't really pass the ball very well. Although he's had some big games for us, obviously trying to prove his worth, I think we should move on from him. At the deadline, or as soon as that the December 15th shit is lifted and you could trade free agents you sign, he has to be on the first train going somewhere else when his value's still high before, God forbid, he ends up getting hurt. Now, when we signed Schroder, I wasn't a big fan of us signing Schroder because of his reputation, and it was a contract year. And I gotta be honest with you, as much as he's as talented as he is, and as much as a pest he is on defense, him as an individual player based on his style of play does not work. It's too ball dominant. If he's ISOing and trying to figure out ways to get to the rim, Tatum's ISOing and figuring out ways to get to the rim, and then JB's either catching and shooting or ISOing, that means there's too much ISO. And the only thing I can think of, the only two guys that should be worthy of doing ISO would be JB and JT when needed. Not all the time, obviously, when needed. When you have ball movement, and the ball movement is there, and you're running cuts and backdoor cuts, and you're running different parts of your offense, a lot of other guys are able to get involved, and they're able to get points. They're able to be trusted with shots, making shots. A lot of guys, like a guy like Grant Williams, went on for 15 points. He hit a few threes. Josh Richardson played well. So those guys got touches to where they probably wouldn't have got touches if Dennis Schroder was playing. Now, I wouldn't have a problem with Dennis Schroder if he was a 2 guard coming off the bench, hitting threes. He's a point guard, only averaging 3 assists for his career. And, he's had some super games for the Celtics, but is he worth keeping? Probably not. You're not going to keep him, and you're probably going to have to deal him at the deadline when his value's high. If I'm Brad Stevens, you sit him out one more game, and if we win the next game, you start seeing, like, the ball movement's there, and then you have to start really making the decision, man. That said, Celtics improved to 11-10. It's just one game, it's one victory. Hopefully this leads to some momentum. Maybe Dennis Schroder straightens his act out and stops trying to be a score first point guard, but I have a high doubtfulness that he's going to do that. Dennis seems like he wants to get he wants his money, he wants his contract. And if I'm the Celtics, I trade him somewhere where that headache is not on our roster, because we cannot afford to have guys playing for contracts. Now, that said, the guy that should probably replace him in rotation is the guy that played well last year in Peyton Pritchard. but he only played 10 minutes, went 0 for 3 and 0 for 2, had a couple turnovers. He's still, something still ain't right about him right now, but I'm sure he'll figure it out once that headache gets off our team. But we'll see. If you're Brad Stevens, you cannot afford to keep him for the whole year. Even if it's a small contract, you want to be able to trade him when you have value. It's that simple. And you get pieces that really fit the team. In the meantime, Celtics defeat the Raptors. They take a 2-1 series lead in the regular season. Gold Squad TV. Leave a like, comments down below. Let me know what you guys think. Peace.